So I request the dignitaries present here, please join. Mahesh, take your position.
Narasimha Reddy sir, Vice Chancellor garu, on behalf of you, I am lighting your behalf, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now I request Engineer Brahma Reddy, FIE Chairman, IA Telangana State Center, to preside over the function.
Thank you, sir. Today's respected Chief Guest, Professor Katta Narasimha Reddy garu, PhD, FAPAS, FWIF, PS, Vice Chancellor, JNTU University, Hyderabad. Today's respected guest of honor, Dr. A. Lakshmi, FIE, Principal, JNTU College of Engineering, Hyderabad. Today, Best Engineering teachers, Dr. K. Anita Sheila, FIE Professor, EC, JNTUH College of Engineering, Dr. MESS Giridhar, FIE Professor and HOD, Center for Water Resources Institute of Science and Technology, JNTU, Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, FIE Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, University College of Engineering, Osmania University, Dr. G. Kantadutta, Principal, MBSR Engineering College, Hyderabad. Dr. M. Venkatramarao, FIE, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Vasavi College of Engineering. Dr. G. Venkateswarluppa, FIE, Honorary Secretary, IA, Telangana State Center. Professor Dr. Ayodhya Kavita, MIE, Joint Honorary Secretary, IA, Telangana State Center, and convener of this event, past presidents, council members of Institution of Engineers India, past chairman, past honorary secretaries, and members of Telangana State Center Committee, Institution of Engineers, corporate members of Institution of Engineers India, distinguished guests, representatives of media, ladies and gentlemen, and all those distinguished guests and virtual mode, and for also all the respected members who are present on virtual meeting. Today, I feel it is a great privilege and honor to be among this gathering and extend a warm and hearty welcome to the chief guest, Professor Katta Narasimha Reddy garu, and guest of honor, Dr. A. Jayalakshmi garu, and all of you to this Teachers' Day celebration. The Institution of Engineers India is celebrating Teachers' Day in all its centers throughout India, and Telangana State Center also celebrating Teachers' Day every year on 5th September by felicitating engineering teachers for their outstanding contribution to the engineering education in Telangana State. This year, we have stalwarts for felicitation, Dr. K. Anita Sheila, Professor, EC JNTU College of Engineering, Dr. MBSS Giridhar, Professor and HOD, Water Resource Institute of Science and Technology, Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, FIE, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, OU, and Dr. G. Kantadutta, Principal, MBSR Engineering College, and Dr. M. Venkatramarao, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Vasavi College of Engineering. Today, I am very happy to be associated with this memorable event. The Institution of Engineers, which is founded in 1920 and subsequently incorporated by Royal Charter in the year 1935, and recognizing it as the representative body of engineers in India. It is bestowed with the statutory authority and responsibilities by Royal Charter for promotion of science, practice, and business of engineering of all 15 disciplines. The multidisciplinary largest body of engineers, having 8 lakh membership with 15 engineering divisions and interdisciplinary panels, and having 125 centers across the country, academic importance in the country, and also 7 fora and 1 organ, that is Engineering Staff College of India in Hyderabad, for focused attention in specified areas of activities. Working relentlessly for national development, the Institution of Engineers hosts various membership categories such as fellow, member, associate member, senior technician, technician member, student member, and institutional membership. The Institution of Engineers India, leveraging its unique legacy as a qualifying body and society engaged in spreading quality professional and technical education since the year 1920, has been conducting the AMI examination, section A and B, since the year 1928 and pursuing its continued education program while skill and knowledge accreditation of working professionals in different engineering disciplines. The successful completion of which is officially recognized as equivalent to a degree in appropriate field of engineering or recognized University of India by MHRD, Government of India. The Institution of Engineers India, in collaboration with the Sprinter, regularly publishes peer-reviewed international journals in 5 cities covering 15 engineering disciplines. The institution has pride in itself in being the forerunner of Bureau of Indian Standards, Indian National Academy of Engineers, and interestingly, the Institution of Engineers accredited the first IIT, that is at Kharagpur, in the year 1956 at the behest of the Government of of institutional business to enable practice of ethical ethos and pursuit of professional excellence for engineering fraternity to serve the humanity through inclusive growth. And also, its mission is it aims to effectively promote the general advancement of engineering science and technology and their applications in India, and to facilitate dissemination and exchange of information and ideas among the members in the profession and the persons attached to the institution of business, and to extend value-based services to the nation at all desired levels. IEI is a member of various international bodies, including World Federation of Engineering Organization and 30 more other sister professional bodies. And about our Telangana State Center, I am proud to announce, and this is the only center in India which is awarded ISO certificate 9001-2015 recently in the history of 102 years of its existence. And Telangana State Center, the legacy of Erstwhile Nizam's Hyderabad State Center, it was formed on 28 August 2016 after bifurcation of the state, and our center has 10,000 plus corporate members on its rolls and around 19,000 plus non-corporate members in its fold. It's one of the most active centers of the institution of business, which engage successfully in translating the objectives, vision and mission of the institution of engineers into practice. Within its formation of for 2 years, it has bagged Best State Center award for the 2 consecutive years, 18, 19, 19, 20. And Telangana State Center has a very important role in dissemination of information and engineering and contemporary technology, bringing industry, academia, experts and professionals together on the same platform by regularly organizing international conferences, national conventions, all India seminars, conferences, workshops, and roundtable conferences, panel discussion throughout the year, almost one program event every 4th day. You are aware, Teachers' Day is the national festival that is celebrated all over India by the teaching community and the educational institutions. And Teachers' Day, as our Secretary said, is celebrated on 5th September every year on the birthday of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, who is Bharat Ratna, was the former President of India. I would like to present this address of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan in a video which speaks of his greatness as great personality, philosopher, educationalist, humanist, and religious thinker. He has the great ability to write books, and also he wrote many books on religion and philosophy. So may I request Mahesh to kindly play a video for 5 minutes.
Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, former President of India, was a scholar and a thinker. Addressing the Silver Jubilee function of the Kerala University Trivandrum on 30th September, he emphasized that the aim of every university should be to help the students to think rightly, to act nobly.
Universities are the means by which the traditions of a country, intellectual, artistic and ethical, the technical skills, these things are transmitted from one generation to another. These are institutions which make for the progress of any community. We deal here with human beings, not with dead material. It is our ambition to make them full human beings. Education is for the whole man, to think, to feel, to do, to be. These are the aims which we should set before ourselves. Without thought, nothing great can be achieved. Even when the gods are supposed to have performed tapas Panini tells us, tapa alochane. Tapas is reflection. It is discussion. It is reviewing matters. We must think all the progress we have achieved in this world is due to the work of the great thinkers. And so far as this thinking process is concerned, it is not right for us to segregate ourselves. Most of us think that we think. Many of us are afraid to think. They would rather be dead than think, because it is too dangerous to think or to start innovations. For one man who thinks, 1,000 repeat what that man says, and they don't think anything at all. But the progress of the world is due to the thought mechanism of the human beings. All the great inventions which we have had in recent times, which have led to the alleviation of misery, the discovery of anesthesia, radiotherapy, nuclear energy, these are all the works done by enterprising individuals whose minds were perpetually at work. To them we owe a great deal. But to think is not enough. We may have the right thought, but we do not have the inclination to put that right thought into practice. We know now that nuclear energy, if used for wrong purposes, would bring about the destruction of humanity. But we are not afraid of the disastrous consequences. The human being is so made that even if he rationally anticipates the consequences of a particular course of action, he does not shrink from it. Something more is necessary. Janami dharmam nachame pravrittihi. Janami adharmam nachame nivrittihi. We know the right, we cannot do it. We know the wrong, we cannot abstain from it. 2,000 years ago, Aristotle made out, ideas are not enough. Ideas may become inert. They may become inactive. They may not enter into the life of a society. You must make the people persuade. You must make them love the right and hate the wrong. There it is, this next object of feeling nobly, feeling rightly, feeling for the right thing, that comes. We have to think rightly and feel nobly. If we do the two things together, it will be possible for us to do the right. In other words, inflexible determination, great will. These things can be used for translating the ideas into realities. The right ideas can be put into practice if we are able to love them, to feel for them, to make all our emotions concentrate on them, make them understand that this is not merely intellectually right, but it is emotionally noble. Thank you.
Sorry for your patient listening to the video. I hope the message is given by it speaks of this volume of his greatness, and everybody knows that mother is the first teacher for any child, but the teachers are the one who prepare the children to become responsible and dutiful citizens of the Kumar. Teachers are the only one who remember throughout the life of a person, and everyone should respect the teachers, and it will be ideal for life. The impression of teachers is very loving and sincere. On behalf of the Telangana State Center and on my own behalf, once again extend a hearty welcome to the respected Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Katta Narasimha Reddy Garu, Vice Chancellor of JNTU, and Guest of Honor, Professor Dr. Jayalakshmi Garu, Principal of the JNTU College of Engineering, Hyderabad, and all of you to this important convener of this event, to kindly introduce today's guest of honor. Over to Dr. Ayodhya Kavita.
Good evening, sir. It gives an immense pleasure for me to introduce Dr. A. Jayalakshmi ma'am. She's born in Mahbubnagar district, and madam did her BTech EEE from Osmania University College of Engineering and MTech from REC Warangal, and completed her PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University. Madam has 23 years of teaching experience and 5 years of industrial experience, and she authored a book titled Basic Electrical Engineering, and she visited many countries, and she's presently guiding 15 research scholars at various universities. 2 scholars have submitted and 11 are already awarded, and madam is recipient of many awards, and in that first one is the Bharat Jyoti Award, and madam is also a recipient of Best Women Faculty for WE Awards, and madam has been awarded a Best Paper in the year 2019, and she's an Outstanding Women Educator and Scholar Award. She received it in 4th Women's Day Award ceremony held on 8th March 2017. And madam has been awarded Best Poster Presentation Award in the year 2014 in IEEE Indicon. And madam achieved a Bronze Leaf Certificate in the year 2012. And the paper titled Analysis and Simulation of Unified Power Quality Conditioner has been awarded with the Best Technical Paper. And madam is a senior member of IEEE, Fellow of Institution of Electrical Engineers, Calcutta, and she's a life member of Indian Society of Technical Education, MISTE, and she's a life member of System Society of India, SSI, life member of Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineer, MIETE, and life member of Indian Science Congress Association, life member of Solar Energy Corporation of India, and her research interests are into many, like into disaster management, artificial intelligence, and many more. And really, we feel so honored to felicitate you, ma'am, today. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being present here for the occasion. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ayodhya Kavita, for your elaborate introduction about me. Respected dignitaries, today's chief guest, Katta Narasimha Reddy Garu, Vice Chancellor JNTH, in online mode. The other members, President of today's function, B. Brahma Reddy Garu, Chairman IEI. Best engineering teachers who are being felicitated from various colleges, Dr. K. Anita Sheela ma'am, Professor of ECE, JNTH College of Engineering, Hyderabad, Dr. MBSS Giridhar, Professor and HOD, Center for Water Resources, Institute of Science and Technology, JNTH, Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Reddy Garu, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, University College of Engineering, Osmania University, Dr. G. Kanakadurga, Principal, MBSR Engineering College, Nagarhole, Hyderabad, Dr. M. Venkatramma Ramarao, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Vasavi College of Engineering, and Honorary Secretary G. Venkateswarlu Garu. Good evening, one and all. And we have even the student fraternity also, and faculty and retired persons from different institutions. Let me first tell that today being September 5th, happy Teachers Day to one and all. Though we are not in the teaching community, but we are directly or indirectly the teachers in day-to-day life. So before just giving my message as a guest of honor, I feel quite uneasy to speak in front of the dignitaries and various elders who are much more experienced, especially our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Even sir displays wonderful leadership qualities. In our past encounters, I have realized how Vice Chancellor sir is very avid and being leader even at this age. So on this occasion, I would like to thank him for giving me an opportunity to serve as principal of JNTH University College of Engineering. As you know, I have taken the charge as principal just 5 days back. So I'm a baby in that post. So in this glorious occasion of Teachers' Day, I would like to shed light briefly on how teaching is such a noble profession and importance of teaching by example through one's values. So the teacher must always teach by his example, and therefore the values that we uphold, which are demonstrated in the form of our actions and behaviors in various situations, really have a lot of deep impact on our students. As you all know, the famous saying, actions speak louder than words. I think all teachers agree with this quote. So our students are always observing us, what sir is doing or what ma'am is behaving in a particular situation. So as we know, like oral communication or your body language, both if they are not matching, how the students will take into consideration. Is teacher becoming angry? So this is the same case even with parents as well as the children, which we observe in our day-to-day life. So children are very, very keen observers, and that's how the most subtle elements of their values, attitudes are shaped. Just if you take the example, parents may tell their children to be respectful and speak the truth. However, if the same parents scream at each other or at their children and tell lies to excuse themselves from inconvenient obligations. So they teach that this is how adults should behave. A very famous psychologist has therefore said, and I quote that, copying parents is one of the most powerful ways that children learn. So the same is very true with teachers and students. So it says that the parents and children role will be like you in the kiddish below 10 years or till they come to their schooling, they complete their college. So this is what. So the same thing, it can be observed as a teacher if you move on for a teaching profession. So in this connection, in the very famous book, My Experiments with Truth by Mahatma Gandhi, he narrates an incident which happened in his high school. So once the education inspector visited the school for inspection, so he has given 5 words to write as a spelling exercise. 4 of the 5 words Gandhiji was able to write, but 5th word, kettle, K-E-T-T-L-E, he misspelled it. So the teacher prompts him with the end of his boot to see into his neighbor's classmates, copy it and write it. So every boy in the class except Gandhiji was found to spell every word correctly. So this incident had a very deep impact and awakening in his heart. The same teacher who is supposed to guide and inspire me in the right education, if he is teaching me to act in a wrong way, immoral way, unrighteous way. So teachers have to abide by their values, and if we make mistakes, it will negatively model the students. So that's a moral of the story, as well as a teacher, I just wanted to communicate that. And also it's very important that the values we are trying to create in the students, we have to introspect whether we have it ourselves or how we can continuously improve and change ourselves. So this is a small, there are a lot of qualities a teacher should have, but one of the most important quality as a teacher was expected of, I thought I can just share on this occasion. So once again, I thank the Institution of Engineers for giving me this opportunity. And one more just small information, what I want to quote is, India has the largest youth population in this world. So 66% of the population, that is about 80 crores, is our current youth population, which is below the age of 35. So if we, as humans, if we are not perfect, but let us realize the tremendous responsibility we are going to hold on by transforming our nation with the youth and the children as teachers. So that's what is the impact or a role model of a teacher as a profession. So thank you. And I again, once again congratulate all the felicitators who are from the teaching community. So by felicitating them, I think more responsibilities are bestowed on them. So all the best once again. Thank you.
Now may I request Dr. Ayodhya Kavita to read out the citation of Dr. K. Anita Sheela, who is very well stated. I take this opportunity and with due respect to the Vice Chancellor, sir, on your behalf, the guest of honor will be presenting citation. Thank you, sir. Kavita madam, please read out.
Am I audible?
Hello, madam, are you online?
Hello. Hello.
Sir, kindly, continue, sir.
You.
Hello, busy, sir. Hello. Sir, we are able to hear you, sir.
Yeah. So Brahmareddy garu, all the
Sir, 2 minutes.
participants of this.
7 minutes. Then your address will be there, sir.
Correct, sir.
You would like to address, sir? Wait. Sir, would you like to address then? I request my honorary secretary to kindly keep this. Sir, are you able to hear us, sir?
Sir, it is a pleasure for me to introduce our chief guest, Professor Dr. Katta Narasimha Garu. So Dr. Narasimha Reddy earned his doctorate from Osmania University, Hyderabad. He received training in script writing and film direction from Film and Television Institute of India, Pune, and advanced training in microprocessors and digital electronics from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. He is a life member of many professional bodies and fellow of World Innovation Foundation, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana Academies of Sciences, and also Sir is the chairman of Telangana section of IST. Presently, he is the elected president of Telangana Academy of Sciences, Hyderabad. He was the vice president and honorary secretary of Andhra Pradesh Academy of Sciences. He has been actively involved in advancing the research activity at Osmania University and Mahatma Gandhi University. He was also coordinator of UGC Special Assistant Program and Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, funding programs at Osmania University. Professor Reddy has been an active teacher and researcher in the fields of condensed matter and material science. He held postdoctoral and visiting research professor positions at the International Center for Theoretical Physics, Trieste, Italy, University of Rome II, Tar Vergata, Italy, and Elettronica dello Stato Solido at Rome, Italy. He has published more than 105 research papers in peer-reviewed international journals. 12 students got their doctorate degree under his supervision. His research publications have received numerous citations. Widely traveled all over the world, Dr. Reddy has presented papers, given invited and plenary lectures, chaired sessions in a number of national and international conferences in India, USA, Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, etc. He hosted several national and international conferences and seminars. Professor Reddy was the associate editor of Journal of Pure and Applied Physics, and review editor of the Journal of Material Chemistry and Physics. He is closely associated with the Solid State Ionics Laboratory, Southern University, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, USA, and Department of Electrical Engineering and Physics, Wills University, Penn State, United States of America. He has organized more than 5 international conferences and 10 national conferences. Professor Reddy has been associated as chairman of several teams of peer committees constituted by National Assessment and Accreditation Cell, that Council, that is a NAC, India's premier quality assurance agency for higher education. He has participated in several national level meetings on benchmarking of higher education institutions. He participated actively in the activities of Association of Indian Universities, AIU. Prior to the present assignment, he served as the Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi University, Nalgonda, and the Bangalore University, Mahbubnagar, in the state of Telangana. So presently, he is serving as the Vice Chancellor of Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad. So now I request Professor Katta Narasimha Reddy garu to address the gathering. Sir.
Good afternoon to all of you. Those who are assembled there in the Institute of Engineers and those who are online. Very happy to join this meeting where Institute of Engineers have decided to felicitate the teachers on the Teachers' Day. This initiation really, sends a message to all the teachers, and this message will reach the teachers so that the teachers will become more responsible now in giving the proper direction to the society. Coming back to the history of the teachers in India, particularly, India is the country which really large number of gurus taught the world about the culture and various other aspects. The teacher role in India is very crucial in the development of the entire country. Now, if you look at how the teaching has been transformed over the years, you know that the people used to get the information where the books and other things were not available. People go to the gurus and learn various things from them. From there we started. And the teaching methodologies have been changed over the years. Not only methodology, but the learning process of the students are also changed. Besides this, the different kind of mindset which is there for the teachers as well as the taught. But now if you look at the role of the teachers, it has, as I said, it has been transformed very rapidly. Initially, we used to guidance students used to have the aid with the help of the books and other things we used to learn. But today, every information is available on your internet, particularly if it's not only engineering, not only other subject areas, but even the medicine. If you want to take some kind of a medicine, you need not contact the doctor and speak to him. Straight away, you can go to the Google and see what are the side effects and where this particular medicine is used at all. So this kind of explosion in the knowledge has really made the teachers' role more critical now. Therefore, we should be in a position to help the students getting more information. Not only this more information which is already available in the books as well as in the internet, but the major role the teacher has to play in the classroom today is that you have to make students learn more about the life skills rather than learning the subject. And teaching the subject and guiding them in a way definitely the pedagogical structure has been changed, the methodology has been changed. But this really is a very tough time for the teachers to, educate the students. So in this particular area, the teacher has to play a very vital role, and even the societal knowledge has to be transformed to the students, and the teacher really acts as a catalyst for the learning the new things, etc. And coming back to the best teacher awards, just now we have seen the small video on Radhakrishnan, and Radhakrishnan is a person who not only contributed to education but also contributed in a very different positions also, like an ambassador, like the vice president, president of India, and all that. And Radhakrishnan is the first person to, really initiate a, transformation in education system in India. If you look at the history of how the higher education has been transformed in India, Radhakrishnan was the first person to suggest that there should be a national policy on education. First educational policy, in fact, is the recommendations for not first education policy, but he was instrumental in development of the first education. How the education has to be there in India so that the future generations could get benefited. And recognizing his contribution in the field of education, the government of India decided that on his birthday, that is the 5th of September, every year, the teachers should be honored, and all the best teachers should be honored all over the India. In this process, many of our friends have got the Best Teacher Award. First, let me congratulate all those who have got the Best Teacher Award this year, and those who have already got the Best Teacher Awards earlier years. But I only caution them that they're not only getting the Best Teacher Award and getting the, appreciation from the society, but you have to stand for it, and you should be in a position to say that you are the best teachers in helping the students to transform them, whom we can really use in the future development of the country and society. These few words, I thank you, and once again I congratulate the Institute of Engineers for organizing such a wonderful program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful message and for the teacher community and how they should be ideal and model for society and the student community. Thank you, sir. Now, may I request Dr. J. Venkata Subbaiah kindly to read out the citation of Dr. K. Anita Sheela, FIE, Professor EC, JNS College of Education.
Dr. K. Anita Sheela, FIE, born in the year 1972, passed her higher secondary education in the year 1987. She has obtained her BTech degree in Electronics and Communications Engineering from REC Warangal in the year 1993, and is MBA in the specialization of SSP from College of Engineering, Osmania University in the year 1997, and PhD from JNTU University in the year 2008. He is at present working as Professor of ECE Department at JNTU College of Engineering, Hyderabad, has previously served as head of the Department of ECE and BOS Chairperson, ECE, JNTU College of Engineering during 2019 to 2022, and also has served as coordinator exam branch JNTU Hyderabad during 2009 to 2010. Additional controller of exams during 2010 to 11. Officer in charge exams JNTU HCEH during 2012 to 2015. Coordinator Industry Institute Interaction Cell. Coordinator for TechIP 3, a World Bank funding project, and coordinator Academic Audit Cell JNTU Hyderabad during 2015 to 2019. Her areas of interest include artificial neural networks and machine learning, deep learning, speech signal processing, image and video processing. She has filed 2 patents in fields of battery management systems and speech-enabled interactive voice system. She published more than 100 articles in journals and conferences, and also she has published 2 books on probability and statistic process and book chapters in around 10 ebooks published by Springer. She has guided 9 research scholars, around 150 MTech projects, and around 60 BTech projects. And a few more are under progress. She is involved in research projects funded by ISRO, UGC, Texas Instruments, AICTE, EQIP in the fields of ASR, automatic speech recognitions, automatic emotion recognition, speech and video, IVSR for a worth of 90 lakh rupees. She is involved in curriculum development activities for various universities and autonomous colleges in India. She is a technical consultant for Hyderabad Traffic Information Management Systems for automatic traffic signaling, which received Best Intelligent Transport System Project Award by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India in the year 2017. She is a reviewer for the Journal of Complex and Intelligent Systems, a peer-reviewed open access journal published under the Springer Open Grant and Journal Springer Plus peer-reviewed open access journal published under the Springer Nature. She is a project proposal evaluator for Science and Engineering Research Board (SEB), established through an Act of Parliament, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Also, she is chair Educational Activities and Skill Connect IEEE Hyderabad section and branch counselor IEEE student branch JNTU Hyderabad College of Engineering, Hyderabad. She is a PhD adjudicator for various universities like University of Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram, Usmania University, Central University, Hyderabad, Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Acharya Nagarjuna University, Guntur, etc. She has conducted around 30 workshops, refresher courses, contests, MUNs, and training programs for the benefit of faculty, research scholars, and students, and is organizing and technical committee member for few IEA national seminars and national conventions. She is a resource various faculty development programs and workshops conducted by AICTE, UGC, and various colleges. She is a keynote speaker for various international conferences. So, in recognition of her outstanding contribution to the engineering education, the Institution of Engineers India, Telangana State Center, felicitates Professor K. Anita Sheila, FIE, former professor and head Department of Physical Engineering, JNTH, College of Engineering, Hyderabad, as Best Engineering Teacher on the occasion of Teachers' Day on 5th September 2020.
కొంచెం సైడ్ వెళ్ళండి. కదన్నా
second awardee, Professor MESS. Success can come to you by courageous devotion to the task lying in front of you. This is Raman. The statement is true to the personality of future engineers, Engineer Dr. MESS Giridhar, FIE, who was born in the year 1975. He completed his BTech in Civil Engineering distinction in India 1993, BTech in Water Resources. MTech in Water Resources Development and Management from Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur in the year 1995, and PhD in Water Resources Engineering from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad in the year 2007. Dr. Giridhar is an academician and who has more than 25 years of teaching, research, and administrative experience. He is an expert in designing improvised rainwater harvesting structures and constructed wetlands. He is presently serving as a professor and the head Center for Water Resources, Institute of Science and Technology, Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad. He joined JNTH as an assistant professor in the year 2006 and served in the various capacities as PT, PC coordinator and officer in charge of examinations IST from 2007 to 2009. Additional control of examinations of JNTH from December 2009 to September 2013. Coordinator of TECIP 1 from 2008 to 2010. TECIP 2 from 2014 to 2017 and TECIP 3 from 2017 to 2018. Prior to his appointment in JNTU, he worked as an assistant professor in CMR College of Engineering and Technology from 2002 to 2006. He served as state manager, MS Netafim Irrigation India Private Limited from 1990 to 2002 and as design in charge in MS Jain Irrigation Systems Limited from 1995 to 1999. To name a few, he is an expert committee member for various government bodies for rainwater harvesting systems in the government of Telangana. He believed that there is magic on this planet and it contained in water. His areas of interest include rainwater harvesting, advanced fluid mechanics, surface water hydrology, GIS and remote sensing, geospatial applications to water resources. Professor Giridhar was awarded 3 national awards, namely Sir Moshananda Vishwesvaraya Award 2020, Innovation Protection of Groundwater Augmentation, Rainwater Harvesting 2019 Award, and Best Water Management 2019 Award, and 1 state award, Telangana Water Conservation 2021 Award for Best Conservation of Water Resources. Dr. Giridhar's continuous quest for knowledge and incessant pursuit for asking the right questions, resulting in publishing more than 175 research papers in various national and international journals and conferences. He has organized 15 national and international conferences and workshops and training programs. His indefatigable spirit in his research on water resources and rainwater harvesting systems and sensitizing the society and the awareness of the worth of water resulted in the execution of 19 research projects funded by various national and international agencies. He designed and implemented modified rainwater harvesting systems in the JNTU campus Hyderabad, and these structures can handle more than 10 crore liters on any normal rainfall year. Till today, nearly 100 crore liters was harvested in the campus since 2010. Professor Giridhar visited USA, Thailand, Vietnam, and Sri Lanka as part of his academic activities. In recognition of his outstanding contribution to the engineering education, the IEA Telangana State Center felicitates Professor MESS Giridhar, Professor and Head of Water Resources, Institute of Science and Technology, Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, as Best Engineering Teacher on the occasion of Teachers' Day today, that is on 5th September 2022.
Side. Kadana. Side.
Next award is Professor M. Chandrasekhar Reddy. So Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, FIE born in the year 1968. After doing most of his schooling and pre-university in local medium at Miryalaguda and Suryapeta towns, he passed the BA in first class with mechanical engineering specialization in 1992 from SV University, Tirupati. He completed his Master of Technology in first class with distinction from Mysore University in the year 1995. Received a PhD from IIT Madras. Presently, he is working as a professor of mechanical engineering at the University College of Engineering, OU. Prior to that, he worked as a scientist in Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute, CSIR India Laboratory. He worked as a vibration consultant for various petrochemical, cement, sugar, and other continuous process industries in India for 2 years. He completed 2 ACT sponsored research projects worth of 15 lakh rupees as a principal investigator. He has published 30 research papers in various national and international journals and conferences, guided 100 ME students for their thesis, presently guiding 7 PhD scholars and 4 ME scholars. He served the Usmania University in various capacities like hospital warden for 6 years, officer in charge, exam cell, joint director, exam cell, director of evaluation, exam cell, director entrepreneurship development cell, equipe coordinator, board of studies chairman, board of studies for autonomous, involved in various confidential works of the university, department committee members, departmental research committee member. In recognition of this outstanding contribution to the engineering education, the Telangana State Center of IEI felicitates Professor M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, FIE, as Best Engineering Teacher on the occasion of Teachers' Day on 5th September 2022. That is today. Next awardee, G. Kangadurga. Dr. G. Kangadurga, born in the year 1966. She pursued her BTech from Nagarjuna University, ME in the specialization of System and Control Engineering from Usmania University, and awarded PhD degree from JNTU, Hyderabad. She started her journey as a teacher in the year 1991 in the Department of Electronics and Communications Engineering at Madhuri Venkata Subbarao, MBSR Engineering College. She was elevated as a professor and has been serving the institution for the past 31 years. She taught more than 25 subjects in electronics and communications engineering for UG and PG programs. She is initiated and established the Institution of Engineers India student chapters in the departments of civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and automobile engineering at MBSR Engineering College. She is a life member of ISTE and an active member of IEEE. She was instrumental in establishing IEEE Women in Engineering Student Branch Affinity Group at MBSR Engineering College. She initiated and established IEEE Power and Energy Society Branch Chapter, IEEE Computer Society Student Branch Chapter, IEEE Circuits and Systems Society Student Branch Chapter. Under her guidance, the above student branch chapters received Engineering Student Branch Award, International Darrell Chang Award, Silver and Gold, Upcoming Student Branch Award, Outstanding Student Branch Award, and Lead Student Branch Award from IEEE Hyderabad section. On the eve of International Women's Day 2022, women entrepreneurs innovate, inspire, ignite. She was felicitated as an achiever for her efforts in building the innovation ecosystems. She is recognized as a master trainer on outcome-based education system by NBA and delivered sessions. She was invited as an expert member for mock discussion on outcome-based education at various engineering colleges. MBSR Engineering College received its accreditation by NAC autonomous status by UGC for the first time and collaborated with government organizations such as AIC, ALIP, QUI Hub, TS Cast, and DCUB during her tenure as principal. Montessori Education Charitable Trust Award for the best teacher in the Department of Electronics and Communications Engineering for the years 2001, 2002, and 2010 also. She is a recognized research supervisor in the Faculty of Engineering by Usmania University, Hyderabad. She guided 60 undergraduate students' projects and 16 postgraduate students in their projects and guided 6 research scholars at present. MBSR Engineering College has received grants to the tune of 1 crore from organizations such as AICTE, IEI for UG and PG engineering research projects and ISRO under her leadership. She delivered guest lectures at various engineering colleges in Hyderabad on the topics electronic devices and circuits, electronic circuits analysis, VLSI system design, digital and analog VLSI design. So in recognition of her outstanding contribution to the engineering education, the IIA Telangana State Center felicitates Dr. G. Kangadurga, Principal, MBSR Engineering College, as Best Engineering Teacher on the occasion of
Yeah, you can take a matter of fact, chapter of chapter.
ఎక్కడన్నా निकाल के आ जाए तो बैक बैक वेट सर अंदर सर वेट सर वेट सर ओके सेकंड सर वेट सर सेकंड आ जाओ अरे हट जाओ थैंक यू सर
Okay.
You made the
बड़ा हॉल में लगाओ बोल दो सबको आराम रहता निकाल के वहीं लगाना
तेज ना हो क्या नहीं टीवी था
इलांटा मोटे मोटे हो
Next, Professor Venkata Ramarao. Dr. Venkata Ramarao is currently working as a professor in the Department of Civil Engineering at Vasu College of Engineering, Hyderabad. He secured first class with distinction in his BTech in Civil Engineering at JNU, Kakinada in the year 1986. He obtained his MTech in Structural Engineering at Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur in the year 1988. His research work was on a CSIR sponsored project on the dynamic analysis of pipelines during installation. He joined MS IMI Engineering Limited, Hyderabad in the year 1992 and worked on the development of finite element analysis software for the structural analysis and design of transmission line towers. He joined the Department of Civil Engineering, Vasu College of Engineering in December 1992 as a lecturer. Dr. Ramarao obtained his PhD from Osmania University in the year 2005 from the Department of Civil Engineering. His thesis was entitled Analysis of a Cable State Bridge using Fuzzy Finite Element Modeling. It is published at the Interval Computations website maintained by the Department of Computer Science, University of Texas at El Paso, Texas, USA. During the years 2008 to 2009, Dr. Ramarao took up postdoctoral research at the Department of Computer Science, Catholic University, Lyon, Belgium. He worked in application of interval and fuzzy models in applications of structural mechanics. Dr. Ramarao has several international publications in journals and conferences. He is a reviewer for several international journals and one national journal and a member of technical committees of several international conferences. He wrote a textbook entitled Finite Element Analysis of Structures using MATLAB, along with Dr. Andrew Cornuck from the University of Texas at El Paso, Texas, USA. In recognition of his outstanding contribution to the engineering institution, the IIT Telangana State Center felicitates Professor M. Venkata Ramarao, FIE, as the best engineering teacher on the occasion of Teachers' Day on 5th September 2022. Now I request Review Brahmareddy. Now I request Review Brahmareddy, Chairman, IAF Telangana State Center. To present a memento to our guest of honor, Jayalakshmi Garu, as a token of respect. That is, I request others to join. On behalf of all awardees,
I have received Telangana State Award.
May I request Anita for kind response.
for 2 minutes, madam, all awardees kindly.
Good evening. I know already we are running short of time. Dignitaries who have joined online as well as offline. Particularly Vice Chancellor and also the office bearers of Institute of Engineers, Brahmareddy and Dr. Jayalakshmi Madam, who is a very good friend of mine. Today even she has got her best teacher award from and also my co-felicities. And most of the USR faculty who have come all the way from their principals stage and present media and other dignitaries. It's definitely a very great moment for us to be felicitated. Very important thing that I could notice And even we were discussing when I was talking to Dr. Giridhar, this is one of the awards which has been given out by Institute of Engineers of their own without any application from the applicant. That is something maybe I take all the felicities, agree with this statement that we feel very proud and honored to take such an award, particularly on the occasion of Teachers' Day. We don't know how far we could grow to this level, but definitely it is a great responsibility bestowed on us by taking this award. I should sincerely thank all the Institute of Engineers jury first, and also the office bearers for taking us like this. And on this occasion, definitely I should remember first my parents, particularly my father, whose vision definitely is at the back of this, because we are three sisters, and both my sisters are doctors, practicing ophthalmologists, and I have taken the profession of engineering where I am now in. So it is definitely his vision which has made all this possible, and definitely my parents' support, my teachers. I could remember the names of the teachers, particularly the maths teacher, L.V. Reddy. Those days, even now I could remember the way he used to teach us, and I'm happy to say that that class, most of us must have got 100 out of 100 in math, but even in MTech I got 100 out of 100 in math. It is all because of those teachers' foundations that made us got all this sort of inputs, and I'm blessed with a good family. Two daughters, elder is University Gold Medalist from JNTU, working with MNC MathWorks, and younger is doing her MBBS from Gandhi Medical College, second year. Definitely my family support, my husband and family support is huge, particularly for ladies. That is very much important for us to grow in our career, because most of the time personal time we are using it for the professional activities. Another important thing that I want to tell you is, like, I have done my BTech from REC Warangal. I had the opportunity to work with industry, but still I didn't accept it. It is because of the passion that I have towards teaching. And this, even today, I feel very much happy once I take a class instead of me being in the administration. Though I was not interested, maybe by seeing my profile, you must have seen that most of my career has gone into administration, which I never liked it basically, but maybe the administrators were asking me and I don't have any other option to do that. But definitely we feel happy once if I go to the class and get the re-energization of us. And I could remember a statement where I'm not sure where I read it, but in some university in South Africa, there is a statement like, if I want to destroy a country, you don't have to use atom bombs or any other. Just spoil the education, that's enough. So definitely, I feel very much concerned about it, and I take the pledge even now, particularly after taking this award, that I will try to do my best for my students, and that is what I have been doing in IEEE section also, for the sake of students who are rural students. We have developed learning model, particularly in the field of IoT. So this again is going to give us more amount of pressure on us to go in the proper direction. This award is going to give us motivation, as well as it is giving us again what we call reminding us what we are supposed to do. So with this few words, I thank all for your patience, and also the dignitaries for spending their time. Thank you.
Jill for teaching. Thank you. We look forward for having such many more occasions with the Institution of Engineers. And we were also, I found last year we had a international seminar for 2 days, and she was the convener and vice chairman for the along with Dr. K.M. Road. She excellently performed during that seminar also, and it was very successful on medical electronics. And this time also we are having a national convention, and even those who are not in electronics can attend in November 18th and 19th on 5G technology, creating new value for society and the industries. So it's a very good topic, and it is the latest topic, not only this thing, and relevant for any field of engineering, not electronics, because everybody will have a mobile of 5G only. There will not be any 4G in future in India, because already government has rolled out the action plan, and I think from end of this year is going to start, and from 2023 it will be fully services available in 5G technology. And there are good speakers and good papers will be presented on 2 days seminar. I request members who can direct the dates and please attend our program, and it is in physical for 2 days. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Now may I request Dr. MBS Giridhar Garu. Just few words I want to say. It's a very good friend of me now. Our association is of course 6-7 months only, but first time I called it to deliver one lecture on, I think, floods or something in one of the endowment lecture. Is so nice, so obedient and polite, and instantly, and he said without even any agitation. I don't know whether he had PPT or not, but excellent PPT presented within a short period of 2 days. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You are always, your association with IE is very, very appreciable, and we look forward more and more association with us. Thank you, sir, and we expect your kind respect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity. Today is our beloved Vice Chancellor, chief guest for this Teachers' Day, Professor Kata Narasimha Reddy, sir, given a wonderful message and a direction to all the faculty, and all the faculty members need to be follow the message given by today's chief guest, Professor Kata Narasimha Reddy, sir, and today's guest of honor, Dr. A. Jayalakshmi madam, and Ramanand Reddy, sir, president, and Chairman EA, Telangana State, sir, and today to release this, and Dasara madam, and Chandrasekhar Reddy, sir, and Kantagappa madam, and Venkatramana, and MBS faculty came all the way after your day tight schedule taking the classes. Thanks for your presence, and online esteemed members spending your time and listening to us. And my parents, my father is here, he's 85 years old, and my wife working as a agriculture officer for the government of Telangana. My daughter also came. She completed her BTech, and just 2 months back and joined in RSM MNC software company. Today is a 60th celebrations as a Teachers' Day. My father has retired as headmaster, and 1981 he retired as headmaster from my native place. 1981 batch students of him came today to our house and given felicitations to my father. Today I am also felicitated. My father is felicitated. Almost 30 students, they also retired. They worked on several high-level positions, came and taken a lot of blessings from the teacher. That is the role model. Is a role model. He's also my teacher to me. He's a role model to thousands of number of students, those who crossed from our village. My mother is unable to come, so she did not come here. And when he come into the area, so we started just like, because I'm in water resources, I thought I need to do something to the society, not developing a mathematical model, a computer model to get some citations, to get H index and I index. In that part, we started working from last 15 years, along with my PG students, PhD students, and now proudly we can say that the JNTU Center for Water Resources could solve some of the problems related to the society in the area of rainwater harvesting and water conservation. We made our university with the support of our leaders, starting from Vice Chancellor Kata Narasimha Reddy sir and Minister Rector. We made our university a zero discharge university, and it is a role model to the state of Telangana. Almost 100 crore liters of water we harvest since inception from the 2010, the last 12 years, and groundwater levels are increased tremendously, and underground aquifers are overflowing because of our recharge. Further, the same we could implement in the Nalgonda area, where the fluoride affected area, groundwater is fully polluted with the fluoride, more than 100, 200, 300 times than the higher limit prescribed by Government of India and WHO, World Health Organization. But the local people, because the water looks transparent, they are not aware the fluoride concentration is 300 times more than the allowable standards. Unknowingly, this to take a lot of water and leads to fluorosis. We from Center for Water Resources, Jawaharlal Technological University, we intervened in that, and we developed a system in such a way that without any usage of the power and without waste of water, we could able to recharge artificially in a gravity injection model, and entire aquifer as now usable for drinking. For all this, we have not spent any money from our pocket. The money received from the Government of Telangana, Government of India, from various agencies, all of us knows like AICTE, CERT, DST, MOWR, CPHO, like that. There are a number of, we are also working with international NGO, the international famous NGO, one top number one NGO, to create awareness on the water. This all happened because of the students and because of the umbrella of JNTU. Without JNTU support, without the umbrella of Jawaharlal Technological University, that would have not achieved this much appreciations and recognition across the state of Telangana. And lastly but not least, special thanks to Brahmanand Reddy sir for this opportunity, for making a felicitation today. I like his sincerity, honest and hard work for making this Institute of Engineering Telangana State Center at a high level, along with Venkat Subbai sir. Finally, my fellowship award, Engineering Teacher Award, with all the permissions of the audience, I would like to dedicate to my mother. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your commitment to our mother and wonderful response. And we wish you a long career ahead in JNTUH, also in new launch of NGO. And always you can look forward for any help or any helping hand from my side and from the institution of India. Thank you, sir. May I request Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Reddy garu? I think he's a multifaceted person. He's also having field experience and also teaching experience. So kindly give your and response to the audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to all. Chief guest of today's function, Sir Honorable Vice Chancellor of JNTU, Professor Kata Narasimha Reddy sir. Today's guest of honor, Dr. A. Jayalakshmi Madam, Principal JNTU College of Engineering. Today's president of this function, Engineer P. Brahmanand sir, Chairman, Telangana State Center IEA, the fellow awardees, family members of the awardees, guests, invitees, and galaxy of teachers and engineers, online and offline. Once again, good evening to you. it's a great honor for me. I feel very happy. I thank the jury for selecting me for this award and considering me on this occasion. I'm indebted to and dedicating this award to my parents and gurus, and I'm thankful to my well-wishers, friends, colleagues, and finally my family members, my wife, children. I once again thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Now, may I request Dr. G. Kankadarga Madam, the Principal of Minister Engineering College, to kindly give a response, Madam. Because first time I met you, I don't know much about. Thank you.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, JNTU, Hyderabad. Principal Madam from JNTU, Hyderabad. Respected Chairman, PI, Sri Samared, Honorable Secretary, Dr. Venkat Subaya, fellow awardees, kids, my dear colleagues, special guest, Vice Principal, sir, the college. A very good evening. I'm extremely delighted and happy to be here in this August gathering, where I met so many of you who have achieved a lot. You have contributed a lot to the society. So definitely I look upon you for my future endeavors. So I would like to just put in 2 words. My family is my vertebral column. MVSR Engineering College is my spinal cord. Because I joined the college in 91. I grew up with the institution. So every colleague of mine is like a family member. So I look upon them like that. They're all my friends. So there is no difference between us. So Venkat Subaya, I just say hi Subaya. Sir is there, is like that. So all of them, you have seen them here today. So they're all very good friends to me, and I cherish being there. So it is the long standing which has made me stand up there, and I'm glued to this institution. So I would like to thank the management first of all, who have encouraged me, elevated me to this level, and had faith in me and confidence that I can lead the institution. So I would like to thank the management on this occasion, and my colleagues, my friends, gurus, yes, of course. Today is the Teachers' Day. All my teachers. In fact, during my school days, I was so much interested in biology that I wanted to be a doctor. That's it. So there was no other dream for me. So biology was my passion. When Madam Mary, she took us to the Gandhi Hospital. We saw the live surgery of open heart. So that was the inspiration, the teachers used to give us. They used to encourage us. So all the toppers were taken up to the hospital. We served the patients, and then yes, I said this is the only profession I'm going to join. Then I joined NYPC group in my +2, where I had both mathematics as well as biology. Then unfortunately in the entrance I scored only 128 out of 150. So I would get a seat only in dental and not in the mainstream MBBS. So I said I don't want to see everybody's mouth, so I went and joined engineering. So that is how we got me into engineering, but no regrets. I'm happy. And taking up or choosing up this profession, I used to write SAT exam, well exam, this exam. My father-in-law invited me to one day. He said, no, the ladies teaching profession is very, very convenient. He said it is convenient because he was a professor from the government college. He said you should be into teaching. Don't choose any other profession. You'll be able to manage both family as well as college. So under his guidance, then I came to this teaching profession. So my father-in-law's inspiration for me to be into this profession. So I thank him, whatever it is. And after joining, I took up the passion of teaching. And I really cherish the moments I taught wonderful students. Because our college used to generate top 10 ranks of Usmania University those days. It was in the top 3. And in fact, I learned a lot from the students because the kind of doubts they posed. So I used to go home and do the homework back again, and again I used to come back and deliver. Because those days we didn't have any internet, no Google, nobody. So we just had books and university professors. So whenever I had doubts, I used to rush to Usmania University and I used to trouble all my professors there. So whenever I used to go, they used to say, I'm watching, she has come again. So that was the response. But fortunately, I had wonderful teachers at Usmania University because they were all my teachers from EdTech program. So they used to clarify all my doubts, even if it was a small doubt. They used to patiently listen and then they used to explain to me. Then I used to feel that yes, I should have thought like this. This is how I learned. This is how. But those were the days when we didn't bother to correct proofs. We delivered lectures, but we didn't take any proof of it. We gave our notes, we didn't publish any book. So it was like that. Those days we just interacted with the students, with our colleagues. We learned so much from discussion and the rapport we had students and colleagues. In fact, one of the students, I remember, Sharat Chandra Gandhi, he's from Tripoli. He wanted to join ECE, but he couldn't get a seat in ECE. So he's from Tripoli. So he used to come to me and clarify his doubts in the other side of things. Finally, he joined in Texas Instruments in the other side. Then he joined Intel. Now he's in USA. He came back and he taught me Kernel software. So I thank him so much. Because software was not available at our institution college, I had to go to DRDO, sometimes request people once or twice I could get an opportunity to open the software. But he taught me, student taught me software. So I'm very much thankful to Sharat Chandra Gandhi. He's a triple student. I have another example. One day a family walked into my office. Cute couple and 2 kids, 4 years and 2 years. He said, ma'am, I was a student. I said, okay. But then he said, he was introducing his son. She's my teacher. She is not old. I said, okay. Then, then he said, ma'am, I was your Tripoli student. I said, okay, you're from Tripoli. He did his PhD from electronics, from Illinois University. He said, because you taught me electronics, today I'm here in front of you. So I think these are the moments I cherish because teacher is one who inspires. Teacher is one who makes things easy. The teacher should always say that the student, yes, this is simple, don't worry. Let us sit together and learn. This is what I feel. So I really enjoyed my moments, my profession as a teacher with all the students, wonderful students we used to have at MBSR. All top rankers, very good students. I learned a lot from them. So I'm very much grateful and thankful to the students. And my colleagues, wonderful colleagues who are all there. I asked them to stay back till 8 o'clock, they stay back. Asked them to stay back till 6 o'clock, they are there. So they were wonderful, they're always ready to work for the institution. So I'm fortunate to be there. To all my MBSR family, thank you so much. Thank you, management and Institution of Engineers. Thank you so much.
Very wonderful, rich, long experience with the audience. Thank you very much. And I think you have promised already, I'm not sure you have to support us in national conventions in November, also in mechanical in the month of December. We're having 2 beautiful national conventions here. And the Telangana State Center is leading actually in conducting these programs in out of 125 centers in India. I'm proud. I don't know whether we get this year the center award or not, but we are in the lead because playing game is in the right spirit and better way. Whether you win or lose, there is somebody umpiring. So thank you, madam. And I'm also proud to announce that I'm a product of this institution of interest. I request Dr. M. Venkata Ramarao garu, and I heard about him very good words from one of my colleague, council and committee member, that he's a very good engineer and is having a rich experience in the field of civil engineering and also a very good teacher in Vasavi Engineering College. And sir, it's our privilege and to honor you. Thank you for coming all the way and then pleasing us and accepting our first engineering teacher award. And I request you, sir, to kindly give your good response.
Good evening, everyone. Respected chief guest, chairman, guest of honor, and all other felicities, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really privileged to be here this evening. More so because my two young kids are here. It is the first ever time they are with me when I received some award. I will be failing in my duty if I don't recollect the memories of my late father and my late grandfather. They were also teachers themselves. My father was a high school teacher and he himself was a best teacher ever. And my grandfather was as a scholar of Ayurveda, used to teach all the students and he was a perfect student. So I still remember the days as a young boy when I used to go to my father for getting my problems of mathematics solved. He used to always tell me, look at the problem once again, tell me if you don't get it, come back. And I will go to him one time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and he will always tell me back. I used to think, why is our dad is not telling me? Is he not interested in? After some time, my way of thinking changed, and I started, thinking on my own. Then I understood what my father meant. Then I would go to him with an answer, and he won't stop there. Please see if there is an alternative solution. He was the person who taught me how to think out of the box. I owe everything to him. I owe all my inspiration to my late father and late grandfather. In fact, it would be my proud privilege to dedicate my award to the memory of my late father. He was an asset teacher, he was a beloved teacher. So, because of them, I was propelled to take up the teaching profession. Even though I joined engineering, I naturally gravitated to teaching profession. And then, after doing my master's at IIT Kanpur, I went into civil engineering software. And then once again, I did my PhD from Usmania University because leaving the family, I could not go elsewhere. The financial constraints did not allow me to pursue my PhD at an IIT, leaving my job. So there was a day I was worried about, I worked under the guidance of Professor Ramesh Reddy of Usmania University. There was one day I was worried about the discrepancy in the 16th decimal place, which according to me should not be there. I went to somebody from mathematics department there and I asked him what would be the reason for the discrepancy. He said, why should you be worried for the 16th decimal? But I was not convinced. And then I kept asking my friends from abroad. I have been helped by several of my friends from abroad. And then that was an algorithm called Jackson's algorithm. And one of my friends contacted Professor Jackson, who is in Austria. So one fine morning, I received a mail from Professor Christian Jackson saying that Ramarao, it seems you have a difficulty with my algorithm. This is the MATLAB version of my algorithm. Please check it. I was writing at that time the program in C++. So when I checked, it was only a question of change in one plus and minus. I had to write plus, but I wrote minus. That's all. So this kind of problems, I realized that if my students have problems, they look to me for answer. If I have questions, I tried asking my colleagues in India and abroad for answers, but sometimes, more often than not, I could not get answers. Then I found that there is only one course of appeal if everything else fails. That I started the habit of going to a temple, sitting there in silent prayer, asking for solution to be obtained. Maybe that's a very strange way and nobody would attempt that, but it worked well for me. It worked well for me because there is somewhere in the corner of the mind the answer is lurking and it takes some time for it to come to the forefront. And it always helped me, I don't know why. And after I did my PhD, I started feeling a sort of an emptiness. Then I posted, looking at my thesis, I was posted in the interval competition website of University of Texas El Paso by Professor Vladimir Klimovich, a very good friend of mine now. And afterwards, what happened is I got a mail from one professor from Belgium, Dr. David Moynes, telling that he went across my thesis and he wants to work with me. Then I said I was not having my passport.
I never traveled abroad. So, I went to the West Zone Police Commissioner, he got me my passport in Manchester. Then I went abroad and I stayed there in Belgium in Catholic University, Leuven, one of the oldest universities of Europe, for 15 days and interacted with people, and then they said, please join us. Then I left my family and all the children who were very young behind, and I went for my postdoctoral research. Then began my journey of self-discovery. It was more religious to me because carrying out research, delving deeper into the realm of knowledge is more spiritual in experience for me. Because everyone has his own reasons for carrying out research. If someone works for, becoming a professor or getting an administrative position or, as I said, improving science index or, which index, some index. So, I look back, there are things beyond these obvious things that motivated me to take up research. And as I went there and I started working with people, initially they looked like they are all different people, looking different from because I'm proud and they were all white. Over a period of time, I understood the beauty of common humanity and working across with people of different countries, and I really got benefited. In fact, most of my co-authors in all my publications, 95% of my publications, my collaborators are not from India, they are all from Belgium, Germany, and US. As soon as I completed my postdoc and written once again, I started feeling emptiness. Then within 1 week, I went to Chilpur and I was praying God, saying that what should I do? I'm feeling empty. Sometimes God sends his answer to somebody. One fine evening, I got a call from US. This was Professor Rafi Mohanna from Georgia Tech, Atlanta, and Professor Robert Mullen from University of South Carolina. They called me. Phone call. They asked me, so we came to know that you completed your postdoc. We want you to work with us. So, for the last 20 years, I have been working along with them, producing a large number of papers. So, and then I can say that I could do a lot of work as a matter of self-discovery. It is more a religious experience to me. So, everyone is motivated by something or other. For me, it was a matter of self-discovery. So, I had a story where Sage Bharadwaj asked for, he sat in Venice for Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma appeared and asked him, what do you want? He said, I want more life. Why do you want more life? You want to enjoy life? I will give you whatever you want. No. I want more life so that I can understand you. You come with me, you can understand me, come to Brahmaloka. But he said, no, I should do it on my own, not because of you. So he spent additional lifetime given to him understanding the nature of Brahmatattva. So goes the story. So by working with people and by interacting with my students who loved me immensely all these 30 years, this is the 30th year of my service. I will be completing 30 years of service by 14th December 2022, and all these 3 decades, I have received immense love and affection from my students. And now looking at all the students in my college at the age of 57, I can tell that they are more like my own children who are sitting by my side. So that motivates me to try to do my best for them. That is my sole motivation. And I can tell you, I could see that many of you are able administrators. I spent a lot of time in organizing and administering the university, several universities. For some reason, I was always afraid of administration because I was always afraid that it would take me away from my students, from my books, from my laptop, from my programs. So I always, always opposed the very idea of getting into an administrative role. I don't attend meetings. I don't sit in any committees. I don't want to be away from my students. I don't want to be away from my class. I don't want to be away from my computer. I may be wrong, but I have my own way of doing things. Okay. So I hope I continue to work until I have my last breath. I think one's life is better spent, one's last moments are better spent not in an ICU, but the way Professor Abdul Kalam, he died while delivering a lecture. I think this is the best way of last moments for any person performing his duty. instead of, being alone in a pathetic state in an ICU, it is better to spend all our moments. I think we have all reached such a stage of life when we can look forward to, realizing our cherished dreams and serving our best to the students and the research community at large. So I thank everyone a lot, and in particular, I very much thank you to you, sir, for giving me this opportunity, and I am looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
BBC is a rich experience in India and outside India. It really is, and the Institution of Engineers, and we are really privileged to honor all of you today on the same platform. This is what actually what we do just for us is nothing. We should do for the society. And I don't know, by being a defense person myself, now I feel that, as you said, now we should die when we are working. I think my concept is same. So there is a proverb, elders say, eat the food like medicine, otherwise you have to eat the medicine like food. So please follow that this way. My Guruji here, touching 80, our superiority Garu is very active. He looks like 25 young man walks. Hats up to him, sir. Also my youngest committee member of our institution, Engineer Prashant, has just joined before. I think earlier you were in June. So it's a really great privilege for all of us here. And I also congratulate Madam Dr. Sri Jayalakshmi Garu for getting today Best Teacher Award. So he's really, without knowing that, invited is a great goddess. I think sent a message, you must call her, and yeah, it's really we are privileged to honor her here as a guest of honor. I also felicitate her. And thank you everybody. And now I think it is time for the vote of thanks by my secretary already tried by reading part of it. I think you privilege to young man. I don't worry, take this sheet and say thanks. Okay, so give the privilege. Come here, no problem. So I request Engineer Prashant, is young, we have to prove like teachers, we are, yes, we accept us as a teachers. No, take it. Yeah, take this. Yeah, Babu, ready made. Okay, over to Engineer Prashant for closing order.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to host today's vote of thanks. And I'm very much privileged because all of them are my teachers, right from starting to your right, all MBA staff, sir, SVS Murthy garu, and Ravi Shekhar sir, Rupa madam, MB Ramarao sir. Ramarao sir ni నేను గుడిమల్కాపూర్ నుంచి పికప్ చేసుకొని పోయాను MBSS కి గుర్తుందో లేదో మరి MBSS కి గిరిధర్ సార్ and all I was very much privileged today. I was very happy to host this vote of thanks. And first of all, happy Teachers Day to my all teachers. Respected Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Narasimha Reddy Garu, Vice Chancellor JNTH, Guest of Honor A. Jayalakshmi, FIE Principal Garu, JNTH College of Engineering, Hyderabad, Engineer Brahma Reddy Garu, FIE Chairman IEAPSC, Best Engineer Teachers Dr. K. Anita Sheila, FIE Garu, Professor JNTH College of Engineering, Hyderabad, Dr. MVSS Giridhar Garu, FIE Professor, Ad hoc Head Center for Water Resources Institute of Science and Technology, JNT Hyderabad, Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Reddy Garu, FIE Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, University College of Engineering, Osmania University, Dr. G. Kanvidurga Garu, Principal, MVSR Engineering College, Nagarjul, Hyderabad, Dr. M. Venkatramarao Garu, FIE Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Vasavi College of Engineering, Professor Dr. I.H. Kavita Garu, MIE Joint Secretary, IEA, TSC, and convener of this event. past presidents, council members of IEA, past chairmen, past honorary secretaries, members of the Telangana State Center Committee, IEA, corporate members of IEA, distinguished guests, representatives of media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Telangana State Center of IEA and on my own behalf, I convey our sincere and profound thanks to Professor Katta Narasimha Reddy Garu, Vice Chancellor JNTU, addressed the gathering as chief guest. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. A. Jayalakshmi Garu, FIE Principal JNTU, College of Engineering, Hyderabad, addressed the gathering as guest of honor. I congratulate all the felicitators, Dr. K. Sheila Garu, Dr. PSS Giridhar Garu, Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Reddy Garu, Dr. G. Kanadurga Garu, Dr. M. Venkatramarao Garu for receiving the honor. I also thank the dignitaries, past presidents, past vice presidents, council members of IEA, past chairmen, past honorary secretaries, members of the Telangana State Center Committee, IEA, corporate members of IEA, and others who made it convenient to attend this event. I also thank the representatives of media. Thanks, one and all. I all request to raise for the next time.
My special thanks to Vice Chancellor Katta Narasimha Reddy sir, because the moment I asked, he said, I'm having some program. He also, I think today also a lot of programs were here, but without any hesitation, straight away said, you're inviting me, definitely I'll join your program. I don't know what mode you provide me. Then I immediately told him, sir, whatever mode is the physical or something. And because of travel, and I preferred every mode, and it would have been a great occasion. And he has come in physical here, delivered the certificate, but the blessings are there. On his behalf, we have already taken Madam has taken initiative to give the certificate. I thank him especially, and my great kudos to VC South. Thank you very much.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
जय हिंद।